Welcome to Game of Roses. This is PaceCase.
This is Bachelor Clues. Today is Friday, which means this is This Week in Bachelor Nation. It's our last one before the end of the year. We are going to be taking a couple of weeks off as well, just to let you know. We'll have some new episodes out for you nonetheless that we've pre-recorded. And we also want to let you know right now, you can still get 25% off the entire Game of Roses merch catalog at gameofroses.co until December 31st. Last minute Christmas gifts? Huh?
Get your sales in. Valentine's Day is coming up. We've got January. The most surprising time to get a gift. So maybe the best time.
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
I mean, it's basically January. It's December 19th.
Yeah.
It's Pitmas.
And speaking of Pitmas,
most importantly,
I received an early gift this year. If you're watching this on YouTube, and you should be, you've noticed I'm dressed a little differently than I normally am. I'm outfitted in
the outfit.
Swag. Luscious swag. I've got on a Topo Chico t-shirt, a Topo Chico bandana, and of course, you know I'm drinking that Topo Chico tangerine and ginger extract.
Clues, I cannot believe how quickly you delivered on your influencer promise to become the #1 Topo Chico influencer.
Well, I had a little bit of help.
To be clear, it is not one of our current sponsors.
I had a little bit of help.
But maybe is now?
Had a little bit of help. This is maybe a couple of weeks ago. There was an Instagram story made by one of the greatest parasocial players our game has ever known, one Katie Thurston. You may have heard of her. She was the season 17 Bachelorette.
Heard of her.
Now, I DM'd her, or I responded to that Instagram story. I said she was drinking a Topo Chico tangerine and ginger extract in her Instagram story. And I said, that's the only thing I drink now. And she's like, what? No way. It basically said, I might know a guy at Topo Chico, basically, right? She said, if you had an address where you might want some things delivered, what's that address? So I gave her my address, and literally minutes before we were about to record this episode.
That literally sounds like a Tony Soprano line.
Yeah, exactly.
I might know a guy. Just give me an address. Say no more.
Katie Thurston is the Tony Soprano of the Topo Chico world. So about 5 minutes before we started recording this, there was a knock on my door. I go down to answer it. It's the Topo Chico man in the Topo Chico van. He has 2 cases of Topo Chico mineral water, as well as this bag. I'm now showing a bag.
I'm now showing a bag.
You got to see this on YouTube. If you're just listening,
this is Clues QVC.
Yeah. If there's one episode that you watch on YouTube, make it this one. So he sent me this bag, this giant Topo Chico bag that had this t-shirt inside, as well as another t-shirt, as well as this is a Topo Chico bottle opener with a repository to hold the bottle caps that you pop off, and you can screw this into a wall. That was part of it.
Ooh, love a repository.
There's just a regular Topo Chico bottle opener. There's a smaller Topo Chico. I think this one's magnetic bottle opener. There is a Topo Chico lapel pin, which I will be wearing to the Academy Awards.
I'm sorry. Do you need a bottle opener to open Topo Chico?
I believe you do. The bottles, yeah, of course.
That's a non-starter for me. LaCroix, you don't need anything.
You don't. For the
just
Topo
need
Chico
your hands.
Tangerine and ginger extract. It is a can. You can just open it easily.
Okay.
They also have this. This is a mold.
Still waiting. I think I've lost the influencer wars, but LaCroix.
Yeah.
I'll always love you.
Let me know when you're.
I know you're
head to toe.
You got some work
LaCroix.
to do now. I mean, look at this outfit.
They also gave me this.
You look like a seltzer.
This is a thing to make little Topo Chico ice cubes that are shaped like bottles with their logo.
Okay, those are like skinny ice cubes. You could probably fit that in a Topo Chico bottle.
Yeah, probably. So I just want to say the pit provides.
I can't believe this.
Katie Thurston, thank you so much for hooking up all of my Topo Chico swag. And anybody at Topo Chico Corporate who is watching this, I'm your man. Let's do this. You want some real Topo Chico marketing? I know I'm doing my little jokey thing right here. Hit me up. I'll turn Topo Chico into the next Coca-Cola. Does Coca-Cola own Topo Chico? Who owns it?
I don't know. Probably.
It is. Coca-Cola already owns Topo Chico. My apologies.
Support your small businesses.
Topo Chico, aka Coca-Cola Company. Anyways,
Clues, I'm so happy for you.
Me too.
The glee, the outfit. I mean, it's giving 2020 gore. It's giving the future.
What a way to end 2020 gore and to kick off 2020. What's 5?
Return to Sand.
Yeah.
You pitched that, and I think that's my favorite pitch so far.
This is what I would wear if I was returning to sand, by the way. My Topo Chico drip. You see?
That's giving like James Bonsall's like cousin that he like somehow has gotten on the show. Probably for having something on a producer.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I would love to be Bonsall's long lost cousin who just shows up.
You're just like the third that kind of trails behind him.
I don't work out as much as them. I'm way older. I'm like twice their age. I'm just Topo Chico lifestyle, dude.
Bonsall, can you wait?
Hey, Jesse Palmer.
I talked to you guys about the breathers already.
Yeah. You got any voluntary nudity you need done? I'm your man.
Oh my God. Wait, do you watch The Bear?
I fell off after season 2. I haven't seen any of season 3.
Okay. Season 3, they really heavily lean into the comedy character Fack.
Mm-hmm.
And you seem like you could be someone from that family. And to be perfectly honest, I really didn't like that they leaned into this comedy duo. I felt like it was a miss for me.
Yeah.
And
they're very broad in a show that is not broadly comedic.
Yeah, kind of slapsticky.
Although I did like that Christmas episode where
Mulaney, the fishes?
Huh?
The 7 fishes?
Yeah, I don't remember. All I remember is that he had a crypto scam or something, or basketball cards he was buying, and he needed like a $500 investment, and John Mulaney gave it to him.
Oh, yeah, just for the entertainment factor. Yeah.
I found that pretty good.
That's the one with all the cooking Thanksgiving and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that episode traumatized me.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I just wanted to
How were your holidays growing up?
Oh, mine were great. I'll never forget.
Yeah.
One Christmas, we go back to Great Bend, Kansas, where my alcoholic grandfather winds up passing out in the bathroom in a puddle of his own urine and feces, and my parents have to help him up off the ground. Merry Christmas. Then Santa came, of course.
How old were you?
10, maybe. I'll never forget another Christmas where I told my parents I knew Santa wasn't real. This must have been around 8 or 9, 7, 8, 9, somewhere
that's
there.
Such an edgelord.
Yeah, because they would hire a guy to come as Santa and like hand out presents.
They hired someone?
Yeah. We had a big Christmas at my grandmother's house always, my grandmother and grandfather's house in Kansas. And they would hire a guy to come in with a bag full of presents and hand out all the presents to the kids. But I was like, I know you guys buy the presents, and I know that Santa is a hired gun. I see Nanny was what we called my grandma, and Popcorn was my grandpa. I was like, I see Nanny and Popcorn because he would always make popcorn in this old school popcorn thing. But I was like, I see them hand him a check when he leaves. I have viewed that event taking place.
I saw Mommy paying Santa Claus.
Basically, right? So that year for Christmas, you know what Santa gave me?
Coal.
Correct. A shoebox full of coal.
From everything I've heard about your parents, that is exactly what tracks. You probably already told me this,
but I'm
so sorry. That's horrible.
I
thought that was only in the movies.
No, they give me a shoebox full of coal. And I went to my mom and I'm like, what does this prove? That you're assholes or that Santa's an asshole?
It's just saying, fuck you.
Basically, it's like, you don't believe in Santa, then go fuck yourself. And I'm like, you did this, though. I know that that's you doing this. That doesn't make me believe in Santa more.
No, they're mad. They're mad.
Where's my Metroid Nintendo game? At any rate.
No, you just didn't believe hard enough. That's why you got the coal.
Look, I believe very hard in a lot of things, just not Santa.
Don't stop believing, Clues.
I don't. I believe in the true nature of a fundamental reality based on consciousness. I believe astral projection and out-of-body experiences are real and can be attained through practice. I believe a lot of things, just not Santa.
Now, Topo, you can cut that part out of the ad.
Spend Christmas with Topo. Did your mom and dad give you a shoebox full of coal? Drink Topo. Make all your problems disappear.
I do think we have a very special Christmas interview coming up. Not in this episode, but it'll be out next week. with, I will say, one of the Good Place writers. I won't say which one. And we asked at the end, what is the fundamental nature of reality? I think that might be a good one to go out on with everyone.
Yeah, it's a great one. I'm always curious about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you for indulging me. And again, thank you to Katie Thurston. Sincerely, this has made my day, made my year, in fact, that I got to be, at least in presentation, a Topo Chico influencer for at least a day.
You're dripping in Topo.
I know.
Topo to bottom. You're Topo.
Nice. Topo to bottom's a good one. All right, now let's move on with our program, shall we? And get into that
Game of Roses. State of the game.
Okay, so our state of the game this week is kind of about, really all about the Beast games. This is an Amazon.
Hannah Beast.
Mr. Beast. She's Mrs. Beast. This is an Amazon show created by Mr. Beast, who is the most successful YouTuber of all time in a league of his own. No one comes close to the numbers he generates. Hundreds of millions of dollars he's made off of his YouTube videos. And now he's doing a reality show with Amazon that is a competition show called The Beast Games. It, for the first time in the history of reality TV, starts with 1,000 contestants, winnows down to a final winner, and that winner gets $5 million. So it's the biggest prize pool and the biggest player pool that has ever been seen in the history of reality television. This is kind of the next step.
I'm like, I feel like people did not get the point of Squid Games. The point is to don't do Squid Games. It's bad.
The people who made the scripted Squid Game then made the real Squid Game. They didn't get the point of it? No shit. They made the game. They didn't kill people.
But
there's a reality show called Squid Game Challenge.
No, I know.
Right. So Netflix is the company that made Squid Game.
Right. But Netflix is making, you think the writers of Squid Game made the non-scripted show?
I don't know how involved they were, but certainly they're getting paid from it.
Yeah.
The creator. Anyway, I'm just saying this idea, for me, the state of the game is a question. Are we now on the precipice of massive mega reality show contests like this, where it's hundreds of contestants vying for gigantic monetary prizes? This is basically the second entry into that world after Squid Game Challenge. And where will that end? Would we potentially see a Bachelor version of this, where you have 100 suitors vying for the affection of one woman, something like that? I don't know. I don't know how you even do it. There's just like
a moat outside Bachelor Mansion that like half the people don't make it past. It's just like a swimming challenge.
Well, I haven't watched it yet, but I am going to watch the first 2 episodes of this. We're recording on Thursday. The first 2 episodes of this are available. Of Beast Games?
Well, I've wanted to see prize pots for reality shows go up because I do think it like adds this wild element, but there's something about it being so much money and so many people that like, I don't know. It stresses me out.
It's very Hunger Gamesian. We are moving more and more toward that because the kind of psychological nature of having like 1,000-person player pool that gets cut down to 1 means, and the same is true in Squid Game, like half the people are going to get knocked out in the first challenge. And so you have this idea of human beings being very disposable. Like 500 people are going to get, pushed off a boat or something. And it's like, well, you're out, next, on to the next.
Right.
And so it's this idea of like people as fodder, basically.
And like desperation.
Yes,
and
the desperation.
It's basically a lottery. And I don't see it stopping, but it's also at a very interesting point where what we talked about in our last state of the game with the potential of reality players unionizing, like both of those things, I don't know how well they will mesh well together.
But there's a difference in this. This is a game show shot in America, which means it is relegated to game show law because there's a money prize. Bachelor, Love is Blind.
So they have to feed him?
I don't know about that, but it has to at least adhere to game show rules. You don't have to pay people to be on game shows. You probably at least, if you're like sequestering them where they have to live somewhere like Squid Game did, I'm sure you have to feed them. I'm sure there are some rules to that end. But a game show is different than a reality show. I mean, there is crossover certainly, but if you're operating under a like financial prize rules, that is different than if you are doing a reality show like Bachelor or Love is Blind or any of the dating shows, basically, where there is no money prize per se.
Producer interference, or in terms of what?
Yes. Game shows are governed by some laws already. Reality shows are not. So I think you are guaranteed at least some minimum treatments on a game show. But I don't think you are with reality TV. So we'll see. But I don't think like these shows, Squid Game, Beast Wars, whatever comes after them, whatever the next evolution of this is, I don't think those shows would be, if you're on those shows, you wouldn't be, permitted to join a potential reality TV player union, for example. It's a different thing.
I like World's Toughest Test for me is like this as well. Like, I mean, they probably wouldn't be allowed to give a money prize at the end of that, would they?
World's Toughest Test?
Because then it's like, because to me, I'm like following this down and I'm like, okay, so are we just going to watch people in physical torture for a money prize? I
mean, yeah, that's what Squid Game was. I mean, with World's Toughest Test, though, there's so much of
physical torture
in Squid Game.
Yeah.
You don't get to go home. When you go to Squid Game, you live in a giant warehouse. And they withhold food from you, and then they give food as prizes sometimes and shit like that. So it's like Survivor in that way.
Oh, Survivor. Gotcha.
There are, other shows that are kind of like these already, at least in terms of how they treat people. But this kind of broader idea, which Squid Game really put into place when the scripted show came out, is that like there's a giant pool of people. And in the scripted show, obviously they get killed. But in the reality show, they force them to fake like they're getting shot. They put squibs on their chest. When they get eliminated, they explode and the people have to go like, oh!
That part seems fun.
They act like they're dying. But I agree. And I think not enough people took it upon themselves to really make the deaths entertaining. But this notion in reality TV that the players are completely expendable has really never been more exemplified than it is in these shows. And again, I'm going to be watching these first 2 episodes of Beast Games and probably the whole season in Clues Corner on our Patreon, patreon.com/GameOfRoses. Please join me there. And I'll probably be putting out a short video. By the time this video is actually out, that video may already be out, of my reaction to the first 2 episodes of Beast Games.
Time traveling clues. Yeah.
But I do think, like, just generally speaking, I'm fascinated with the idea that Mr. Beast, think what you will about him. I know some people hate him and think he's a bad person, and some people don't. And
our Christmas special interview called him the devil.
Yeah, I called him
Satan.
the Beast. But, he has been able to establish himself on YouTube as the most successful creator in the history of that platform. Again, by a magnitude that is not measurable. Whoever the number 2 person is at least 100 times fewer views than Mr. Beast has across all of his stuff. He has turned it into a giant worldwide marketing engine.
Is Justin Bieber number 2?
I mean, I wouldn't consider him a YouTube creator anymore. Mr. Beast primarily still makes all of his money on YouTube, but he has, drinks and candy bars and all this stuff. And now he's got a reality show with the biggest player pool in history, with the biggest prize pool in history, on arguably one of the biggest companies in human history, Amazon, on their entertainment platform. And so it's kind of like this. We
should mention the allegations against some people on the show.
There are some lawsuits against Mr. Beast and the show.
It looks like the show is still coming out.
The show is out.
It's already out.
It's out today.
Shit.
The first 2 episodes.
Wow. Beast Day.
Happy Beast Day. At any rate, I think it's kind of fascinating in terms of where we're headed now in terms of reality competition shows, because shows like this do possibly permit showmances to happen. You're in this, strange, emotionally heightened situation. It's possible.
Hey, I live for it. Now I'm on board.
We didn't see it in Squid Game.
I realize I'm always rooting for that, even in Big Brother and Survivor. I'm like, but are these people going to hook up?
Yeah, of course. I'm also curious to see if the winner of this Beast Games, or anybody from Beast Games, pops off and becomes a little bit of a reality star. You did see in the case,
like the perfect match guy.
Yeah, he came from
oh god,
Squid Game Challenge. That dude. who had some allegations against him as well. But at any rate, I'm just saying that it's kind of a new thing that is happening in reality TV, these mega reality shows. This, I would argue, is the second one in the generation since Squid Game challenge came out. Will we see more? Probably, I think.
I am assuming this, if I believe you that this is the number one YouTube creator. I still haven't seen any of his work, but if he is, then the show is going to be the biggest show ever, because YouTube is like bigger than all scripted TV. It's
also
gigantic.
Is interesting. Like a bunch of the stuff that he does on his channel, not all of it, but he kind of makes these weird reality shows in his own world that are just on his YouTube channel. Like he got two people I remember a guy and a girl lived in this little enclosed room, and I think they had to stay in there for 30 days to get $500,000 or something. Then every 2 or 3 days he would pop in and be like, hey, if you guys each want to give up $25,000 to the prize pool, we'll put a TV in here with you with some DVDs.
Oh my God.
And so they would get little things like that. Or he would wheel in a box and be like, do you want what's in this box for $10,000? And they both said no. And then they pulled the box off and it was keys to new Teslas that they could have had, stuff like that. He is kind of engineering.
I saw someone comment something that was like, if like psych study, brain studies people like applied to do one of these things as like one of their psychological experiments, they would get denied because of like all the ethics of it. Like, I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
It's
territory.
The Wild West. Like you're talking about a reality TV performers union. Let's say that happens. Can Mr. Beast make any of that stuff then? And the answer is yes. It's a non-union project. And I think that's where ultimately you're looking at like independent producers like Mr. Beast, who at this point has gotten big enough to have an Amazon show, but the independent media he makes is not signatory with any guild. So for example, if you want to go write and direct a movie and just put it out on YouTube, fair game. But if Netflix makes a movie, it has to be with Writers Guild writers, Directors Guild directors, SAG actors, unless they go with like some weird independent route. Once you're a signatory company with these guilds, these entertainment guilds, you are beholden to them to only use people who are sanctioned by their guilds in any of your productions. So like,
but they can just buy the Mr. Beast show?
Well, there is no reality TV performers union. There is no game show union at this point. So anyone is free to make any kind of reality show they want at this point. If that union comes into play, things may be very different. But Mr. Beast.
But I mean, they still had to follow the game show rules.
You would assume, but who the fuck knows? I don't know. Like you're looking at something like Squid Game, which I don't think they shot in America. So that may skirt the rules. But the Squid Game challenge, when you look at it and you're like, well, wait a minute. Half of these people got cut instantaneously, seemingly arbitrarily in the first challenge they did. It's like, you can fudge that pretty much any way you want. And did they put people through who they thought would be better for reality TV? Like a mom and a son both made it through and made it like very near to the end, I'm like, okay, that seems,
they were slow.
It just seems like they can kind of manufacture whatever narratives they want.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the state of the game. We have this new Mr. Beast show coming out. I will be covering it in our Patreon Clues Corner, patreon.com/Game of Roses. Please join me to watch it with me, because I am very curious about if it's going to be good, bad, interesting.
I'm
just very curious.
Scared.
But we'll be watching it there, and we'll be keeping an eye out for several more of these giant mega reality shows with 1,000-person casts. Probably this next year, I would imagine. Everybody's going to want their Beast games.
What do you think is the next iteration?
This harkens back to a beautiful idea that when I was a sophomore or junior in college, I can't remember. It was the late 90s. The internet boom was happening. And I met these two grad students who became good friends of mine that wanted to launch a website, an entertainment website. And it was called Zodo, Zodo. And so I was kind of like, they put a little flyer up in the film school. I saw it and they were like, we want to launch a website. All of my film school buddies were like, I want to make movies. Fuck the internet. And I was like, I'm interested. So I went and met up with these guys and kind of became the third wheel in this project. And we had an idea that was basically a reality show where everyone in the world is a contestant by just existing. And then you start dropping clues and say, for everybody else who wants to compete in the next phase of the show, you have to be within the city limits of the city of Battle Creek, Michigan on this date. And then everybody who shows up is now in the next level of the game.
Go.
Yeah. And it was basically like kind of a mixture of Amazing Race, which didn't exist at the time, and one of these Beast games. I think something like that could happen. Everybody in the world is a contestant.
Start like a treasure hunt over the world.
We also,
I could see Sweet Noms leading a team.
Yeah. We had an idea for YouTube back then as well. Predating YouTube. This would have been like 1998 or something. The internet was just kind of first starting, and they wanted to do a website where like we were making the funny media and people could go and watch the videos. And I remember one late night meeting just being like, what if we don't make the media? What if we just have a website where everyone else can upload their shit? And then we didn't do it.
Oh my God, you started YouTube? Wait,
I wish.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Yeah, I didn't start YouTube. Yeah, I've just been hiding it from you.
It's on a cruise, and at each stop, you have to like complete the thing. Maybe that is what Amazing Race is.
Amazing Race is you have to supposedly like get to the different locations yourself, figure out how to get there. Anyways, that's our state of the game. Let's move on, PaceCase, to that next portion of our program called...
Yes.
What are you watching?
What are you watching?
What do you got? PaceCase.
Clues.
Yeah.
As you know, I have been on a little last resort journey, hopping back and forth between seasons 1 and 2. I've now watched the first 2 episodes of 2, and I'm almost through the entire season 1.
You haven't watched episode 3 yet?
I don't think so.
Oh,
wait, it came out?
God. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
It is the whole episode is basically like a brewing fight. It's unbelievable. It's one of the greatest episodes of reality TV I've ever seen.
I will watch anything she does. She
Agreed.
is like, you just never know what her next take is going to be. And she like attacks. She was just attacking someone in a very interesting way. You know who I want to see on Last Resort is our couple, the guy who had all the bottles in Turkey.
Oh, Sarper and Shekinah.
I want to see Sarper and Shekinah on Last Resort.
I don't think they have problems. They're both living in LA now, and I think they're living like a dream life.
They can just say they have problems.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Do you think all these people really have problems?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, some of them, like Gino and Jasmine, are not. They're divorced.
I mean, a couple on the first season, they broke up.
Yeah.
Midway. We'll see who makes it to the recoupling ceremony. But I'm also, I also rewatched Wicked last night.
Nice.
I'm obsessed. It's so good. I cried before the credits even played this time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
Less tier play, but earlier.
I see.
Update on that. And I'm watching Annie Wood, this comedian's podcast that I love.
Oh, nice.
Annie Lederman.
I know her.
What are you watching?
Also watching That Last Resort. Again, the most recent episode of it is just mind-blowingly good. I would encourage, if you don't watch 90 Day, I would encourage everybody to watch the most recent episode. It's a work of art. There is no two ways about it. There are two
I'll watch it tonight and
heavy
we can
hitters
talk at the Digging Deeper.
Okay. Two of like the greatest 90 Day players of all time basically go head to head in a fight. It's unbelievable. I'm watching that. I'm rewatching Hannah on Amazon. Did you ever see that? The
What's
TV
that?
series based off the movie?
Hannah Montana?
No, it's about, the movie was Saoirse Ronan. I can never pronounce her name right, but it basically...
Saoirse.
Yeah, Saoirse Ronan. It's definitely not that. The movie was her. And I don't know who plays the Hannah character in the TV show. I don't know her name. Esme Creed something. Anyways, it's a story about a top secret CIA super soldier program that trains these teenage girls to be like, ass kicking killers, basically. And Hannah escapes the program and tries to take it down. It's kind of like a Jason Bourne type thing. And the TV show is fantastic.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Check it out. It's on Amazon.
Wow.
And what else? We're watching Peep Show.
You're a big ammo head these days.
I am. I'm ammo and topo only. At any rate, that's what we're watching. I'm also watching a lot of Path of Exile 2 because I'm playing the living shit out of it. It's such a good game.
Yes. Love that. It's living up to your expectations, which were sky high.
Yes. Strangely.
Great.
It's the best ARPG
I love to
ever
hear
made.
that. I love when my friends are happy.
Well, perhaps your friends can be even more happy as we move to the next segment of our program. All those tids that are fit to print. This is
Bachelor Nation News.
Up first in Bachelor Nation News. Up first in Bachelor Nation News, we got the ring winner of Bachelorette Season 12, Aaron Rodgers, is catching strays from his legendary NFL quarterback brother, Aaron Rodgers, in a new Netflix special called Aaron Rodgers Enigma.
Yes. The football player Rodgers explained why his reality brother's appearance on The Bachelorette either years. What is it?
I don't know what this means.
The football player Rodgers explained why his reality player brother's appearance on The Bachelorette years ago got under his skin, and he even went as far as calling our beloved game a bullshit show.
The offending moment that the multi-millionaire football player brother can't let go occurred during the first round of playoffs in JoJo's season when A-Ro Bro brought JoJo home, but A-Ro was a no-show. But the Rowe parents left 2 empty chairs at the dinner table for Aaron Rodgers and his then girlfriend, actress Olivia Munn.
I can't let go of that moment either. That will be on the deathbed montage.
I agree.
The third row bro, Luke. There's a third row bro?
Hell yeah.
I forgot about this. Luke said at the time, we miss our brother. We just are trusting that God brings things full circle and just wish that everything would just get us back to being a family.
And now, 8 years after the airing of JoJo's season, A-Ro no let go, saying they go on a bullshit show and leave 2 empty chairs. They all agreed this was like a good thing to do, to leave 2 empty chairs at a stupid dating show that my brother just went on to get famous. His words, not mine. That he ended up winning.
His words, not mine. O.M. A-Ro.
I know.
Wow. I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving. I can't believe this. I'm also like, your brother met his wife through it. What are
exactly.
you going to call it?
This bullshit show that has resulted in a 10-year marriage.
Yeah, and both of their jobs. A-Ro elaborates on the estrangement from his family in the new special, saying, it goes back to stuff from high school that kind of made me feel distant, stuff in college, stuff post-college. And I was quiet about it because I thought the best way to do it was just don't talk about it publicly. And what do?
They talked about it publicly. While we thank A-Ro for acknowledging one of the most iconic hometown rounds in history, we must also admonish him for not recognizing that this, in quotes, bullshit show, as he calls it, is as much a part of the fabric of American culture as the NFL. After all, we now have had a reality TV show host as president twice. We are still waiting for an NFL president.
Ooh, your move, Jesse Palmer. I also, to be honest, didn't know who Aaron Rodgers was until A-Ro Bro. So
wow, I mean, he is one of the most successful
bringing something to you,
quarterbacks of all
time. A new fan.
Yeah,
I mean, I know who he is now, obviously.
Okay, interesting.
Jordan, Jordan's brother.
Yeah.
And up next in Bachelor Nation news, a shocking admission from none other than Grocery Store Joe. On a recent episode of Bachelor Happy Hour, the greatest night one guy in the history of the game revealed that he almost killed Jenna Johnson during his time on Dancing with the Stars. She was a guest. She was a guest on the December 16th episode of Bachelor Happy Hour when Grocery asked her, "Remember when I almost snapped your neck? I almost killed you. I swear on my life, she almost died. It was insane."
Grocery regaled the listeners of Bachelor Happy Hour with memories of the errors he committed at the very end of their Halloween Frankenstein-themed Argentine tango. After spinning Johnson 180 degrees, her body tensed up. Joe could no longer extend his reach, so the professional dancer had to abort the backflip and flip forward to avoid hitting her head.
This is why I do not dance like this. It's too dangerous. Of the blunder, Johnson said, "Honestly, Joe, that was your best dance, and it was the ending move. We had just one lift. He put his arm in the wrong spot. I was going to do a backflip. I don't know how I did that."
Quick to defend his performance, Grocery proclaimed that his arms getting stuck was the only thing I couldn't do. It was the only position I couldn't lift her in. Johnson and Amabile were paired together for season 27 of the competition series, which aired in 2018. The duo were the 8th couple eliminated, exiting the show after the semifinals.
Johnson was, of course, most recently paired with the yellow-eyed gaze master who didn't almost kill her, Joey Graziadei. The duo went on to win the Mirror Ball.
Up next in Bachelor Nation news, this week saw the release of Grant Ellis's first official promo video. The video features Ellis sitting in a nondescript set on a stool where he dribbles a basketball, does some dance moves, and explains that he's a day trading athlete, mama's boy, New Jersey boy goofball who is ready to take a chance on finding love. While this teaser is certainly getting our blood pumping, it will definitely not be the last promotional material we see for Grant's season.
What's going on with your blood?
Pumping.
Keep an eye out for a longer version of this teaser that has a little more production value to drop in early January. I need you. I need you. This next version of the teaser will likely feature more of a clearly stated visual theme and perhaps another slogan. The one they're currently using in the print promotion for Grant's season is, "Your wish is granted." We shall see if indeed our wishes are granted on January 27th and where all of our blood ends up.
Pumping. And finally, in Bachelor Nation news, Aaron Schwartzman's blood is pumping. He's engaged. The Bachelorette Season 20 player and BIP Season 9 survivor revealed earlier this year that he found love off screen and hard launched his new relationship with civilian Tara Dalrymple. I hope I'm getting that right. Now, after less than a year of dating, the two have taken to Instagram to share the news that they are engaged.
Schwartzman opted for the traditional bended knee question pop along the beach in San Diego, where the couple live as members of the San Diego crew.
Tara posted photos from the proposal and captioned them "always and forever," and the nation sounded off in the comments. Sean McLaughlin wrote, "So pumped for you two." Davia Esther said, "Congratulations," triple red heart emoji, and the Braden Bowers added, "Congratulations, brother." Congrats indeed to Mr. Schwartzman and his new civilian fiance. Now let's move on to that portion of our program where we talk about all the plays our favorite players are making off the field and on their telephones. This is
our number 5 parasocial play this week is Long. Kendall Long, the taxidermy player from Ari Leyendyke's season, made a baby shower post in which she chucks a stuffed moon behind her back to determine which guest from her party will have the next baby as the women behind her wrestle for it. The caption reads, "One of the highlights of my baby shower was this game where I tossed up a baby toy, parens, like a bouquet toss at a wedding, to see which of my friends would get pregnant next. Tongue out winky emoji, pink emoji, heart, blue emoji, heart, baby emoji, highly recommend for a future baby shower, pregnant lady emoji, baby bottle emoji, party emoji, 2.2K likes.
Did anybody try to uppercut the baby toy out of existence?
That is what I was hoping was going to happen in the video. That would be my comedic pitch, is she throws it and everyone just like lets it drop.
Right. Or sets it on fire.
That's pretty funny.
That's what I would do. Our number 4
set
Parasocial
it on fire in that outfit.
Yeah. Hi.
Wildcard.
I'm here to destroy your baby thing. All right. That's the new Topo Chico ad.
I'm here to destroy your baby thing.
I just show up at every like gender reveal, baby shower, like anything like that, christening. And I'm just like, I'm here to tear it up. Just spray everybody down with Topo Chico.
I mean, there's that character from 30 Rock who's always in those ads. Like, I represent chaos, and you could be the Topo Chico one who just is always passing
I'm the Topo Chico
baby
chaos dude
who hates babies.
Yeah. You're thinking about having a kid in this economy? Drink a Topo Chico instead. All right. Our number 4 Parasocial play of the week is it's Sag season. A Sag/feminist icon/former crown Jen Tran put out all the birthday content that our hearts could consume, including a slow-mo loading a new era reel with quick pops of her from her birthday party to the Skyfall audio, including a shot of her and Farber. This sultry entry garnered 728K views, 36K likes. Honorable mention goes out to a still image from this birthday gathering on girl/face/god/cardistry artist Justin Glaze's Instagram. Is he really a cardistry artist?
Well, I was thinking that
cards.
This would bother you. He's painting cards.
He's not doing cardistry.
He's a cardist. Okay, that's not cardistry.
Cardistry is doing like performance art with cards.
Okay, but this is art with cards.
I'm an amateur cardist. Okay.
I knew you were going to get triggered by this line, and that's why I put it in there.
You're subtweeting me with cardistry inaccuracies.
Clues, cardistry, anger level 1,000. Which is not cardistry. You're just printing on cards.
Now I'm in this Topo Chico shirt. I'm ready for action. Don't push my buttons. Don't push my fucking cardistry buttons.
Energy, like a wrestling persona or something.
Okay.
Don't push my buttons. Cards are sometimes near babies, so I hate them.
That's right. I show up, I'm doing cardistry in my Topo Chico outfit, kicking over baby cribs. Anyways, in this Instagram performance, he performs an eyebrow face play while holding a disco ball with a single finger above a sunglassed Joey Graziadei and Tanner Cortad. The sunglasses on Graz are presumably to contain the power of Grazitzi's gaze. Again, presumably.
Should have taken out one of those presumablys.
Yeah.
Our third best parasocial play from this week goes to one of our Bachelorette crowns, Andy Dorfman, in her holiday nutcracker belly dance. She made an incredible pre-baby package deal taught this play, dressing and painting her stomach as some sort of Christmas face and performing a dance with it on her Instagram reels as if that is her head. The caption reads, "Things are getting weird around here. Squinting laughing emoji, pregnant girl emoji, Santa face emoji, 11K likes, 367,000 views."
I didn't see this one. I gotta go look at that.
You should look at it.
That sounds very disturbing.
You can't look away. You can't look away.
Yeah.
I like it from her. I wouldn't expect it. It's very silly. Also, she is still at exactly 1 million Instagram followers.
I'm taking a look at it now. This is terrifying.
This is terrifying? Well, of course, Topo hates babies. I knew you'd hate it.
Oh, yeah. That's not for me. I'm against this content. All right. That's my catchphrase. I'm against this content, Topo Chico. All right. Our second place parasocial play of the week goes to none other than our golden queen, Joan Vassos. In a 2-slide Instagram post, she wishes the next crown, Grant Ellis, a happy birthday with a still shot and then a short clip of her handing Grant a boutonniere rose to pass. Sorry, my thing is off. To pass the torch. The caption reads, quote, "Happy birthday at Grant Ellis, exclamation, kissy face with a party hat on emoji. Sending you all my love for your favorite trip around the sun yet." Ah, she said that.
Right?
She called it the sun, not a dying star. I'm honored to be a part of this Bachelor Nation family with someone as kind and charming as you. It's your turn to hand out the roses now. ... Rose emoji. We wish them both well on this upcoming journey around our dying star.
I wrote this on another, I guess it's just Troll Topo today.
Troll Topo is a pretty good character. That's a pretty funny pitch man. I'm Troll Topo.
All of these were strong plays. However, there can only be one winner. Our top parasocial play of the week goes to Jen Tran. In a 6-slide joint Instagram carousel with the Post photographer Lindsay Englander, Tran celebrated her Sagittarius birthday this month with Sasha Farber, sharing a sweet moment together in the post where Farber is kissing Tran as she smiles for the camera. The caption reads, "The pics you gremlins and troll topos," not that part, "have been waiting for. Troll emoji, 184K views, K likes, 184K likes, 1.4K comments."
Damn.
Do you consider this a hard launch or you consider this still soft?
I think it's still technically soft. They haven't come out and said we are together. They're just in each other's shit a lot, doing romantic things, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well,
they're dragging out the soft launch.
Whoever directed this video too is, all right. I mean, go look at Jen Tran's whole feed right now. It's really
also,
well done.
Nice use of the word gremlins here. Love that movie series. These weren't the only plays being made this week, however. We were seeing some plays by non-humans. And this week, in the world of creatures, there was one canine companion who stood out from the rest. Sitting on a couch, sucking on a pacifier while casting a furtive parasocial gaze to the viewer was none other than DLP's hound Lulu in a stunning photo, presumably taken by the Dark Lord himself, along with a caption that reads, "Stealing pacifiers and baby toys all day, crying, laughing face emoji." I don't know how many of these Lulu has racked up now, but Lulu's coming for Pinot and Ramen.
Clues.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't my scream, but it is kind of a scream. When I looked at my feed and really was like, okay, who are the top reality people in there? I couldn't believe how far up Lulu was.
Yeah.
Lulu's one of my top, followed Instagram stories. And I muted several of the people because I was just like, I can't face the fact that this person is in this list. So it really made me come to terms with it. I didn't mute Lulu, though, obviously.
Oh, damn. Nice. Well, congratulations to Lulu and to you on muting who you needed to mute. Now let's move on to that portion of our program where no one is muted, where we are screaming as loud as we can from the depths of the pit about how our lives have been irrevocably changed by our fandom of our beloved game. This is
Screams from the Pit!
What you got, PaceCase?
Well, my scream comes from our Christmas special interview with a friend of mine, and they suggested that I am partially moving. I'm basically spending the summers in Minnesota now.
Yeah.
And this friend suggested that I am moving to Minnesota to be closer to the northern source of Bachelor Power. Yeah. Minnesota, where Rebecca Kufrin is from, Michelle Young, et cetera, et cetera. And it just hit me a little harder than I would have thought. And I was like, I do believe in manifestation. And I'm like, I do think I am, it's not the main conscious reason. Yeah. But it's just happened,
Sure. The pit pulls. Yeah. The pit provides and the pit pulls. The pit will put you where you need to be.
It's kind of near where infrared is, I think. It's not on the visible spectrum, but it's pulling.
You're telling me the pit don't provide? Look at me. Look at me.
I know. I am looking. I've been looking at you all day. This crazy outfit.
I love it.
I like it though.
I'm full topo
I like
lifestyle.
Bright colors.
Yeah, it's very bright. It's yellow and neon green.
You're
for
always
those
in
just
black.
Listening. Again, if you're just listening to this, go watch at least this episode on YouTube to see what we're talking about. Well, PaceCase,
and I'm wearing a Timberwolves outfit for a reason that will be revealed later.
My scream this week.
It has to do with the scream.
Yeah. My scream this week involves some of that intelligence, some of that artificial intelligence. As you may know, I released this week my second album. It's more of an EP. 6 songs that anyone can listen to right now. Chad K is my musical name. You can find that on Spotify. And this album is called None of This Is Real. It is my attempt at making some AI EDM music about the fundamental nature of reality, et cetera, et cetera. So I decided I would make, using AI, a new banner to put on my little Spotify artist page for Chad K, right?
Okay.
So I
what does that mean? Like
just an image that goes
picture?
like with your name. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a banner, like a lengthwise banner.
What did you make?
So I made this thing. I typed in a background banner for an EDM artist called Chad K that is both futuristic and satanic. That was my prompt. I'm now going to show you what it produced and what I am using. Again, remember, EDM artist, satanic, futuristic. Those are the only things in the prompt. Okay? Are you ready to see this?
Okay, but does it get like information from your past searches to influence what it puts out or no?
I have no idea. I have no idea what it does, but I'm going to show this to you now. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Do you see it? Do you see it?
Stop.
Do you see it? Please explain to everyone what this image is.
I'm looking at big purple neon letters, Chad K, over a dark city skyline it's all purple. There's a big satanic skull with glowing lit eyes that are screaming at me. There's a little alien with maybe a surveillance device on the top, maybe a drone, some sort of monster. And then coming out of the K, it says the Dark Lord in all caps. That
was not prompted. I did not ask it to do that. It simply put that in the goddamn image. You're telling me.
Is the Dark Lord is that a synonym for Satan? Is that what people call Satan?
I mean, not officially, I don't think, but sure, you can, assume that people do think Satan is potentially the Dark Lord.
Wow.
But there 'tis. Thar she blows.
I would have gone with red probably, but.
I mean, I simply can't believe that it did that.
Yeah.
The Dark Lord. When it popped it out like that.
Yeah.
My first try. Exactly.
What did you think?
My mind was blown. It was like somehow the pit has created this image, the dark energies of the pit have coalesced to form this shot. Nonetheless, there it is. That's my screen.
Is that the background of your Spotify now?
Oh yeah, of course. Immediately. I re-rolled like maybe 10 times. So I had like 40 images to choose from. This one immediately I was like, oh, it says the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
Done. So anyway, that's my scream. That's my scream. Now, let's move on. Can you believe it?
I mean, that's a manifestation.
I agree.
I can't believe it, but I can at this point.
Well, let's see if you can believe this. We are not the only ones here in the bottom of the pit screaming. We also have screams coming in from everybody in the pit. If you want to submit your scream to us to be played right here, just go to patreon.com/GameRoses. Join us on the bottom of the pit. Get access to our Discord. There's a channel on that Discord called Submit Your Screams. You just upload a 1 minute or shorter audio or video format. Hopefully we'll get some video ones soon. Today we have an audio one. It is coming to us from Yesezra. I believe I'm saying that right.
Yes, Ezra.
That's probably accurate. It's probably that. Let's now listen
Swarovski.
Yeah. Let's now listen to the scream and see what Yesezra has to say. Here we go.
We often say the pit provides, but I think we don't ask ourselves often enough, how can we provide to the pit? Here's what I mean. About 3 years ago, I was dating somebody. I was over at her house one evening in the middle of Katie Thurston's season. She had never been a regular Bachelor viewer, But as we watched the shenanigans between Katie and Connor the Catman B, she got hooked. Flash forward 3 years later. We're no longer together, but we both still live deep in the pit. Just this week, she did an interview with a major podcast about The Bachelor, and in her role as a professional journalist, did the first official off-contract interview with the Golden Bachelor's Faith Martin. Her work is making the pit deeper and wider for all of us. May we all do the same. Praise be Dark Lord Palmer.
Wow.
Haunting.
Yeah. A beautiful scream. I love to know that the pit continues to grow. What's that?
I feel bittersweet in this because they're still kind of keeping tabs on, and maybe it's a friendly relationship, but it just kind of made me sad a little bit of like, I don't know, if you get into a relationship and you're both into this one really niche thing, and then who do you talk to about it after, you know?
Perhaps the next people that the pit will bring to you in your life. If this relationship ended, it's only because 2 new relationships will begin.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. It's like a hydra.
Stone in the hand, 2 in the bush.
Something like that. But thank you, yes, Ezra, for sending in this scream. This is a pretty high level scream. It's about, the pit bringing people together, or at least continuing a relationship, helping to solidify it. And then even after it is done, to see that the pit still continues to engage in these people's lives, even if the relationship has dissolved.
And it's about curiosity and what Faith has to say. I'm curious about this. And now I'm like, I do have some questions for Faith. Maybe we need to get her on as well.
I agree.
Or maybe they're already answered in this interview with
we'll have
the
to go listen to
pit
it.
Dweller.
Yeah, we didn't get where that interview is, but I'm sure if you Google it, you can find it.
Yeah,
but thank you, yes, Ezra, for this incredible scream. Thank you to everyone for listening to This Week in Bachelor Nation. Again, it's the last one of the year. We hope everybody has a great holiday couple of weeks. We're going to be back in early January with continued coverage of everything, certainly including that Grant Ellis season that's coming up on January 27th. And in the meantime, we will have some new episodes rolling out over the next few weeks, as well as some old classics. Stay tuned for all of those.
Yes, Ezra also sounds like the NPR guy.
Yeah, he does. Good podcast voice.
Yes, everybody have a wonderful, happy, safe set of holidays, whatever you celebrate, whether it's, the ones that are popular or Trolltopos, baby shower crashing, whatever your thing is.
As long as you're drinking Topo, you can celebrate however you like.
Somehow you look like Hulk Hogan to me. I don't know.
Well, he wore a bandana
I guess it's the
like
bandana
this.
thing. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
And we're both
LaCroix, I'm still here. The only thing I'll touch, just give me plain, please. No flavor, please.
Yeah.
Just soda
it's
water.
like, if you want massive flavor, try Topo Chico Tangerine and Ginger Extract.
If
and
the
then you're
flavors give you heartburn, this is the flavor for you.
Water.
What is it actually called? Pure. That's what it's called. It's not water, though. It's much better than water. Water sucks. Water sucks.
I don't know about
really,
that,
really sucks.
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will be back very soon on Tuesday with a very interesting episode. We hope you'll tune in for that and throughout the holidays.
Praise be the Dark Lord Palmer, and Chad K.
Please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast. Please get a friend to listen to us. And then please rate this podcast. Please review this podcast.